Comedian Arthur Fleck and the Red Hood. What do they all have in common? They all became the crown prince of crime, the Joker. In today's episode, we'll go on a journey into the complex past of the man who calls himself Joker. Welcome to the Danger Zone. Chapter 1. The Joker has never had one definitive origin in the main continuity. Instead, he has been given multiple backstories across different universes and timelines. He had made his infamous debut in Batman #1 as a cold, calculating criminal mastermind. Ever since then, the audience has been obsessed with his past, present, and future. What makes him so compelling? Is his ghostly white skin, his terrifying blood-red smile, was his chaotic, unpredictable mind. Maybe it's all above. In this story, we'll dive deep into who the Joker is, how he came to be, and why is his origins as twisted and unstable as he is. Chapter 2. In February 1951, readers were introduced to the Joker's first true comic book origin, the Red Hood. In Detective Comics 168, the issue challenges readers to outguess Batman and Robin to figure out the identity of the mysterious Red Hood. Clue by clue, the story teases the villain true face behind the Crimson Dome. When the dynamic duo finally captures the Red Hood, the shocking reveal comes. The man under the helmet is the Joker. The clown prince of crime proudly boasts that he was able to keep his secret identity hidden for years. He explains that long ago, he was an ordinary lab worker until he decides to steal $1 million and retire in luxury. To pull off his grand scheme, he created the persona of the Red Hood. He planned to rob the Monarch Playing Card Company. Using the Red Hood's special auction tube, he attempted to escape through a pool of chemical waste. He survived the chemicals, but not unchanged. When he made it home, he finally looked into the mirror. He was horrified. His hair turned a sickly green, his lips was a dark red rouge, and his skin was a chalky white. Then horror turned into inspiration. He realized that his new face could terrify anyone who looked at him. Embracing his new identity, he named himself the Joker after playing card featuring a grinning clown, one he now eerily represents. Chapter 3. The Killing Joke is one of the most influential and famous Joker stories ever told. It became so popular that it was adapted into an animated film. This version of his origins doesn't just skim the surface, it digs deep into the tragedy and madness behind the smile. In this story, the Joker begins as an ordinary man, a struggling comedian, broke and desperate, trying to provide for his pregnant wife. His career is failing and he is running out of money. To support his family, he agrees to help two criminals break into his old workplace, a chemical plant. The plan is simple but dangerous. But before the robbery can take place, tragedy strikes. He receives devastating news. His wife has died in a household accident. Grief-stricken, he tries to back out of the crime. The criminals pressure him to go through with it anyway. To disguise himself, they force him to wear a costume of a notorious criminal figure, the Red Hood. The heist quickly falls apart when Batman shows up. In his short panic, the fighting comedian stumbles and falls into a vat of chemical waste. He survives, but the chemical leaves him permanently altered. When he removes the hood and sees his reflection, he finds green hair, bleached white skin, and a gruesome red grin staring back at him. Combined with the trauma of losing his wife, the failed robbery, and his transformation, his sanity snaps. From the moment on, the fell comedian is gone. In his place stands the Joker. Chapter 4. Joker 2019 presents an entirely different take on the character, one grounded in a more realistic psychological story. This time, the man behind the smile is Arthur Fleck, a struggling clown for hire, an aspiring stand-up comedian living in a decaying Gotham City. Arthur is the sole caretaker for his frail, dependent mother. He battled mental illness and feels invisible to society and constantly mistreated by people around him. Piece by piece, the world pushes him close to the edge until Arthur Fleck begins to disappear and the Joker begins to emerge. Arthur's world is small, frail, and cruel. By day, he works as a clown, spitting shot signs on street corners and entertaining children in run-down hospitals. By night, he dreams of making people laugh as a stand-up comedian, But Gotham doesn't laugh with Arthur, it laughs at him. He suffers from a neurological condition that causes uncontrollable fits of laughter at inappropriate moments. He carries a low card to explain his disorder to strangers. Most people don't care enough to read it. On the bus, in the street, even at work, Arthur is mocked, misunderstood, and pushed aside. At home, things are no better. He lives in a cramped apartment with his mother, Penny Fleck, who is frail and mentally unstable. She spends her days writing letters to Thomas Wayne, convinced that the wealthy businessman will one day rescue them from poverty. Arthur clings to his mother's belief that he was put here to spread joy and laughter, but reality keeps proving otherwise. As the pressure builds, Arthur begins to unravel. A brutal beating in an alley, a gun that should have never been given, a tense encounter on a subway train where he ends up killing three rich elites. Each event pushes him further away from who he was and closer to who he will become. Gotham cruelty doesn't just break Arthur, it shapes him. The mask he paints on for work, white face, red smile, blue diamonds over his eyes, stop being a costume and starts becoming a true identity. The shy, awkward man who was once only one to be noticed transformed into someone far more dangerous, a symbol. Arthur Fleck, the forgotten man, begins to fade, and is in place. The Joker steps into the spotlight. The conclusion. In the end, the Joker isn't just a man, he's a menace and a movement. He brings laughter as much as terror. Thank you for watching. Have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Goodbye.